Hello guys, today I would like to talk about my custom built telly. Basically this is a Warmoth telly. So the neck and body are from Warmoth and it's built by my luthier from Germany, Thomas. And I'm forever grateful that he built this for me, and we had a lot of discussion and email back and forth and talk about how this should be built. So basically, is a maple neck. I think it's bird eye maple or something, but the neck is beautiful. You can see the grains. I can show you some photos. And Swarm S body, so classic telly design. As you can see, this is unusual humbucker telly. So the neck pickup is humbucker. The main inspiration of this telly is the first one is the Albert Collins. If you don't know him, but you have to check him out. He has a Fender telly with a humbucker pickup. Yeah, he doesn't use the humbucker so much, but I just love the looks. And the second inspiration is John Bonamassa. He has a bludgeon. It's a low caster with a neck pickup, has a humbucker. Just crazy good sound. And the third one is Toshiki Shojima, a Japanese neo-soul guitarist. And I basically get inspired from his telly based on the colors and the basic theme. More about the spec of this guitar. The humbucker is a German company called Rockinger, Article 2, and it's just a classic PAF style humbucker. It sounds really good. And the bridge pickup is the Fender low caster pickup. So Fender Telecaster bridge pickup, like nothing could beat it. Sounds really good. I would like to talk a bit about the aesthetic of this guitar. And as you can see it as a little logo, I painted. It's my little logo. And then this little Chinese letters, you can check it out. See what does that mean. It means a lot to me. I painted. I also paint this little stripe, and then this little pickguard I 3D printed myself, and it's just painted myself. As you can see, there are some ugly paint job here, but it seems to be a beautiful mistake. It looks kind of cool. And there's a little Pokemon Psyduck sticker here, and it won't work without a sticker. I mean, if I go back to the spec, it's an Evil Gold thread. So I heard that is the hardness is in between nickel and stainless steel. That's why I chose it. And this is a really good gold toe classic telly bridge. I believe that the part of the Telecaster sound, it comes from the bridge. That's why I use it. And this little control plate is a little different. As you can see, the knobs are at the front. And I think it makes so much sense because the knobs, and when the knobs is at the front, and then you can do some like volume. And it just makes sense. And the pickup selector is at the back. I think it just makes sense than the classic telly design where the knobs are at the back. I want to talk about, of course, the sound and the switching system. I think the switching system of this guitar is very special. It has a 3-way switch, just like a classic Telecaster. So, in the neck is a humbucker. So, and then the middle is neck and the bridge pickup together in parallel. lastly is the bridge pickup. Good old bridge pickup. And about the knobs, this is where it gets a little different. First of all, the volume is just a universal volume, so it's a neck, middle, and then bridge. And this is a tone, but this tone knob only affects the bridge pickup. So a Telecaster classic bridge pickup is just it cuts through everything, but it's just a little harsh if it's just all full on. So my idea is I always find a sweet spot, like where should be I should cut a little bit high end, top end, and it just stays here all the time. And then I switch to humbucker, I never roll off the tone. I think it's just warm enough, you know. I think it's just warm enough. Like I don't need to roll off the humbucker. That's why when I park the tone knob in a certain position and I switch to the bridge pickup, I just go, you know. Aside from the tone knob thingy, it has a switching system. So it has a push-pull. So the push-pull of the volume is just a good old like a coil split of the humbucker. So when I split it, it becomes a single coil. And it just reminds you a bit of a Telecaster, I guess. And I think if you want to play like classic blues Stevie Ray Vaughan thing, and you just need it, I think neck pickup single coil can really translate that kind of dynamic when you hit the string hard, like or like a Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff. You can't do that in a humbucker. Humbucker can kind of compress everything. But I personally like humbucker where those fat warm tone, you know. So now I have the best of both worlds. So I switch back to the coil split, and of course if you go to the middle, then it's a coil split humbucker neck and in parallel with the Telecaster bridge pickup, and it's just a nice rhythm sound, because when you parallel two pickups, it kind of scoop out a little bit the mids. So what about the tone knob? The tone knob is also another push-pull knob. This is basically to invert the phase between like a humbucker and the neck pickup and the bridge pickup. So if I pull this out, if I stay at the middle, where where the two pickups are in parallel, so I get this out of phase sound. But before that, I have to push the volume knob back, because I just like the out of phase sound when it's paired with the humbucker full and the bridge pickup, and it goes something like this. I think, as I said, one of the main inspiration of this guitar is the Joe Bonamassa. I think his bludgeon is just by itself is out of phase. That's why if you listen to his playing, you could hear those crazy good, like a cracky out of phase sounds. It's amazing. And it kind of reminds me of Albert Collins, but I don't think he has our face guitar, but it just has this kind of vibe, like, you know. I think it is an amazing guitar, and the body and the neck is just amazing. It really resonates, you know. So I highly recommend getting parts from the Warmoth. So I guess I'll play a little bit. I go through again the pickup choice. So this is the neck pickup. And then middle. And then the good old bridge. Again, I choose. I already packed the level of tone knob, and then it just cuts a bit of the top end. And that's it, guys. Yeah, gold, beautiful. I guess I talked a little bit last year about a little what I wish I did. First of all, this gold is beautiful, but I would prefer to have gloss finish. I think in a gloss finish, the color just shine better. And the other thing is, I wish I put the body carve, you know, to cut a little bit, so it makes it a little bit more modern and more Strat-like. So this angle is a bit like on my arm, and the belly cut, it would be nice to have a belly cut, but it doesn't have any body carve. So it's like a classic design, but I wish I would have chosen the body carve design. But other than that, it's pretty good. I think I forgot to mention this knob is a very nice knob from Luxembourg. And the nice thing about this is it has a little how do you call it? It's like a reference point. So I always know, like, I can just feel it, and I always know, like, this is 10, you know. This is like a, when I roll it here, so it's kind of a 7, 8. So I always have a reference point, and I don't need to look at it, or just, maybe I haven't talked about the neck shape, if it's important to you. On the Warmoth website, it's called the SRV. So the stevie way is basically a fat C-shape, kind of C-shape, V-shaped neck, but it's asymmetrical. So in a way, the part where it's closer to the thumb is just fatter. The part where it's closer to other fingers is just thinner. I think it's amazing. I think it just fit my hand like perfectly. So I recommend it. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, just feel free to let me know and write in the comments, or just let me know. And thank you so much.